Hi everyone, this is Aaron from HH Watch Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have the review of the Proxima PX1697. I purchased this watch from the Proxima official store on AliExpress, and full disclosure, I was given a small discount for it. Now this watch was on my radar for a little while now. A few years ago I owned a CW C60 Pro, and I remember when CW released their new light catcher case, it had received very positive reviews from the community. So when I saw that Proxima made a similar looking watch, I knew I had to check it out. And if you're interested in checking it out too, I will leave a link down below in the description. Proxima offers this watch in a few different color combinations, and most YouTubers went for the white dial. I think I saw one or two videos of the black dial, so I decided to order one for myself and review it. Now that I've had the watch for a few weeks, I think I'm ready to share my thoughts about it, and if I think this watch is worth getting during the next AliExpress sale. But first, let's start with the measurements and specifications of the watch. We have a diameter of 39.2 millimeters, a lug-to-lug distance of 45.4 millimeters, a thickness of 11.4 millimeters, a lug width of 20 millimeters, a 6.4 millimeter screw down crown which gives this watch 200 meters of water resistance, and sized for my 7-inch wrist, it weighs at 123 grams. The movement inside is an automatic PT5000. It hacks in hand winds. It has 25 joules, around 38 hours of power reserve, and it beats at 28,800 beats per hour. I will say it right now, this is a great watch and there aren't many things I don't like about it. So let's start with the dislikes first, and then we can move on to why I like this watch so much. Like I mentioned before, I went for the black dial because there weren't many reviews of this colorway. And unfortunately, that was a mistake because I don't actually like this colorway that much. And there are two reasons why I don't like it. First, the Fotina. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, I saw the photos before buying the watch. And I swear I'm not just saying this because I need to come up with dislikes. There was, or there still is, a trend to give this aged look to the indices and have this beige, almost orange looking lume. You know, that vintage retro vibe. But I think by having this watch in hand, I'm kind of tired of this look and I just want regular white indices. Even the bezel insert markings are all painted in the same Fotina color. And because of that added color, the lume doesn't perform very well and is a bit disappointing. The second thing I don't like is the blue AR coating. There's a good amount of anti-reflective coating applied on this crystal, and most of the time you can barely notice the crystal. But there's this constant blue ring around the dial that is almost too distracting. This might not look too bad on the white dial, but on this matte black dial with the Fotina colored indices, the blue AR coating just doesn't look good. Now that I've shared my dislikes, let's move on to what I like about this watch. And I want to start by giving credit to CW for coming up with this case design. Proxima did an amazing job recreating the light catcher case. And if I had to use two words to describe it, it would be round and soft. I don't know what it is, but this case reminds me of a pebble. It's just so smooth and comfortable on the wrist. The lugs curve down to hug your wrist, and that curve continues on the bezel and crystal. And if we look at the profile of the watch, we can see the different facets of the case. The top of the case is brushed, but the sides are polished, and the polished area is split in two. The bottom portion cuts inwards, kind of reminds me of how Seiko does their cushion cases. There are no sharp edges anywhere on this case, and it's a joy to wear on the wrist. Next on the list is the bezel. We have a 120 clicks unidirectional bezel with a very fine coin edge design. Let's listen to it in action. The finishing of the coin edge bezel is very well done and it is very soft to the touch. The bezel is very easy to grip and rotate. The clicks are precise and have this satisfying sound to it. Everything lines up perfectly. I like the size of the bezel insert and the proportions work well with the dial size. The font used for the markings looks great and it is fully loomed. Now moving towards the center of the face of the watch, underneath that top hat sapphire crystal is a matte black enamel dial with applied indices. The indices have this polished ring around them which gives them a premium look and finish. There's a date cutout at 6 o'clock with a lume marker underneath it. We have the Proximo branding at 12 and automatic text at the 6 o'clock position. There's a nice balance and I like that they didn't put too much text on the dial. This also keeps a nice symmetry to the dial. Now looking at the hands, the finishing is very well done. The minute and hour hand have 3 facets. The top is brushed and the sides have a polished bevel. The second hand is long and reaches the minute markers. There's even a cap on the pinion, which is something you don't often see on watches at this price range, or even on watches that are much more expensive. This gives this watch a much more premium look. Overall, I think Proximo really nailed the face of this watch. Now this watch is offered on a rubber strap or the bracelet, and I'm glad I went for the bracelet option. This is a 3-link bracelet that starts at 20 millimeters and tapers down to 16 millimeters. The end links fit the case perfectly and they are held with quick release spring bars. Yep, I said the bracelet end links are held with quick release spring bars. This is amazing for a watch that sells for less than $250 US. This makes removing and putting back the bracelet so easy. The entire bracelet is brushed and the links are held with screws. We have a fully milled clasp with 4 holes for micro adjustments. The clasp is very slim and not too long. It doesn't have on-the-fly micro adjustments, but at least Proximo included 3 half links so you can get the perfect fit. Lastly, I want to highlight the customer service. When I ordered the watch, Proximo sent me a message telling me that they are getting the watch ready. Then they sent me photos of the actual watch they were going to ship to me. They even included a photo of the watch on a time grapher. Now I don't know of any other brand on AliExpress that does that. So kudos to them for taking the time to inspect the watch and share those photos with the buyer before shipping it out. I think overall, this is an amazing watch. The build quality is amazing for this price range. The little extra things like the cap on the pinion or the quick release spring bars on the bracelet just give this watch a much more premium look and feel. So if you're looking for a comfortable watch with a great build quality, then this should be on your list, especially since the next AliExpress sale is coming soon. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this watch. Are you planning on grabbing one during the next sale? Personally, I won't be keeping the black dial, but I will keep an eye on what Proximo releases next and what other color variants they release of this watch. So that pretty much wraps up my review of this watch. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with a friend or two. And if you want to see more watch content, please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, thank you for watching and I'll talk to you on the next one.